Right, children? Now we'll go on to the next one. So here we have answered the following questions. So we have got some questions from the lesson Learn Good Habits over here. And what we need to do is we need to find the answers for this question, right? So we will open the questions one by one and then we will find the answers for that, right? So the first question is, who has taken the teacher's permission before entering the classroom? So who has taken the teacher's permission before entering the classroom? Shekhar has taken the teacher's permission before entering the classroom, right? So who has taken the permission? Shekhar. Shekhar has taken the permission of the teacher before entering the classroom. Okay. Now, shall we go to the second question? Yeah. What is the second question here? What does Shekhar say when his teacher asked him to take his seat? So Shekhar came in after taking the permission of the teacher. The teacher asked him to take his seat. It means to go and sit in his seat. Then what did Shekhar say then? What did Shekhar say? So let's check the answer. Shekhar says, "Thank you, madam," when his teacher asks him to take his seat. Right? So what did Shekhar says? Shekhar says, "Thank you, madam," means Shekhar thanked the teacher for allowing him to get into the classroom and to take his seat. Okay? So Shekhar says, "Thank you, madam," when his teacher asks him to take his seat. Right? So now we'll go on to the third question. Who litters the room? Litters means, spoils, damage. Okay. Who was the person who spoiled the room there? Vijay litters the room. What did Vijay do? Vijay threw the papers on the floor, isn't it? So Vijay litters the room. Okay. So before going for the next questions, we will read these questions once again. So what's the first question? Who has taken the teacher's permission before entering the classroom? Shekhar has taken the teacher's permission before entering the classroom. Who has taken the permission? Shekhar has taken the permission. Second question. What does Shekhar say when his teacher asks him to take his seat? So what did Shekhar say when his teacher asked him to go and take your seat? Shekhar says, "Thank you, madam," when his teacher asked him to take his seat. So Shekhar said, "Thank you, madam," when his teacher asked him to go and take his seat. Right? The third one. Who litters the room? Who spoils the room? Vijay litters the room. Vijay spoils the room. Okay. So now we'll keep the screen for a minute so that you can read the questions once again. Now we will go on to the next questions. Who picks up the pieces of paper from the floor? So Vijay threw the papers on the floor over there. So who picked it up? Vijay picks up the pieces of paper from the floor. So what happened there? Vijay threw the pieces of paper on the floor. Shekhar complained it to the teacher. Teacher scolded Vijay and teacher asked him to pick the papers up, isn't it? Okay. So as the teacher asked him to pick the papers, Vijay started picking the papers, right? So Vijay picks up the pieces of paper from the floor. Who picks the paper? Vijay himself picks the papers up, right? So now we'll go on to the last question here. Where does Vijay throw the pieces of paper? So Vijay, as the teacher said, picked the papers from the floor, and where did he throw them? Vijay throws the pieces of paper in the dustbin. So the teacher asked him to throw the pieces of papers in the dustbin. So as the teacher said, Vijay picked up the papers and threw them in the dustbin. Okay, so they are the 5 questions. And before we finish this session, I will keep the screen for another minute so that you can read these 2 questions also.